Yeah, obviously good stuff. To me, he was getting ahead early in the count and locating 4 different pitches in every single count and kind of kept himself down. Clearly had good stuff and he was better than us.
What was the scouting report on some of that breaking stuff? Because it seemed like, especially some of the young guys, just weren't seeing it well.
I mean, it was just, scouting report was exactly what it was. It might have had a little more bite tonight if he was competing his butt off, but we have all the reports. They feed us plenty of information, go out there and get it done, and we didn't get it done. It definitely wasn't lacking information.
This won't be the first rubber match you guys have played. You played in a couple already. What do you like about the way you guys have approached those games?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a bunch of guys back from last year's team who kind of made a living off of it last year, but it's kind of nice being able to kind of lean on the previous weeks being a 1-to-1 series. Obviously, we're really comfortable with Keegan going out there tomorrow. We got plenty of guys in the pen, and there's just a bunch of older guys that have kind of been in the situation, so I feel like everyone's prepared.
Good was it to see AJ out there and to play? Kind of your perspective on it.
Yeah, it's good to have him back for sure. I think he was on a pitch count tonight, so he's looked good, and it's good to see him back throwing up more pitches. He was kind of doing the same as their starter, locating 3-4 different pitches and working ahead early in the count.
Third straight week of Vols Game 2 after winning Game 1. Any common denominator that you can maybe identify?
No, just not showing up, I guess, good enough for Game 2. We obviously did the job Game 2 the last 2 weeks, but it's definitely no correlation. You just got to play better and hook it up.
What's the vibe early on when there's a couple of defensive lapses here and there, a couple of 390s, and not stuff y'all normally do? What's the message in the dugout at that point?
Make the next play. Obviously, we kind of lean on that even in the fall. Get the next one because the game definitely doesn't feel sorry for you, and certainly none of the fans feel sorry for you either. And that's obviously why we are here is to go out there and make plays. So it's just kind of push it behind you, go out there and get the next one.
Why was Marcus able to get out there so many jams today?
He's got good stuff. He's a big leaguer on the mound. He's got big time velo on the ear and good off-speed stuff, really good presence, and just like their guy, he was locating different pitches. And I think he's been around the block a few times now. He's been in those situations like that, and he's obviously more comfortable working around.
What about Marcus allows us to bridge through this type of job?
Yeah, he's a hard worker. I've been around this guy for 3 years now. Personally, I think he had a pretty dang good outing. I think it was 2 runs. But he'll look over it, see what he has to do better. But I thought he pitched really well. He'll be ready next week.
A couple more guys.
Are you a guy who y'all haven't lost a lot of games obviously the past couple of years? Are you a guy who kind of as soon as the game's over you forget about it, or do you kind of go home and stew a little bit? What works for you?
I mean, there's a couple things I kind of look back on, the bat stuff. Maybe a couple things to do with my swing, but I'll forget about this game. I guess technically I already forgot about the game, really, once I walked right off the field. But no, I'm definitely not going to dwell on a loss, and I'm looking forward to coming out and competing tomorrow.
Thanks, Hunter.
Thank you, Hunter.